Today's video recipe, we're gonna be making a Creole style of cranberry turkey. One of my family's favorite recipes that we make for Thanksgiving as well as Christmas. Welcome to Cook It with Tim, and my name is Tim Clowers, and today we're gonna be making a Creole style of cranberry turkey. Makes it really simple for those of you, if it's just 1, 2, 3, a small family or a small gathering. Let's get right into the recipe. Let's start the brining process, and you can find the brining process in my cookbook. I've got paperback, hardback, there's also a digital version. And if you look in the paperback, we're gonna go to page 86. It's the Creole style of cranberry turkey breast recipe. One of the cool things that I like about this particular cookbook is it has a QR code right here so you can see the full video recipe on short form. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is start with 1 cup of water that is warm, not quite boiling, but we want it warm, okay? Because we want to dissolve the sugar, the ginger, the salt, and the pepper. We want those to be dissolved enough to incorporate into the rest of the brining water and the other ingredients so that it'll put as much flavor as possible into the turkey. So let's get to that. We're gonna drop those bay leaves in there. 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/3 cup of salt, and we're gonna do 3 tablespoons of ginger, and a teaspoon of black pepper. Now it calls for dried thyme in the recipe, but if you have fresh thyme, oh my gosh, by far use. The equivalent would be about 4 sprigs to 5 sprigs of thyme. I think the more thyme, the better. All right, so what you want to do is basically just stir that together so that the salt, ginger, brown sugar is dissolved. I use lightly warmed water. All right, there it is. Now let's get our 7 cups of water. Then we're gonna add in some white wine and orange juice. There it is, 3/4 of a cup into the water. And we also need some white wine. Boom, right there. We have 7 cups of water, 3/4 cup of OJ, 3/4 cup of wine, that 1 cup of water with all of those seasonings and flavors. Now we're gonna put that flavored water down into the rest of the water. Big flavor right there. So here is our boneless turkey. I buy these at Aldi. You can get them at Kroger. I think even at Publix. It also comes with this turkey gravy pack. Hang on to that just because you might want it. And here's what that turkey looks like when I get it frozen from Aldi. I get them from Aldi most of the time, and it's like 10 bucks for this turkey breast. So there it is. I just want you to check it out. It's boneless. Everything's been removed. So let's go ahead and get that well-seasoned water, and we're gonna put our turkey breast in there, okay? And the only thing left to do is to put a lid on this and let it sit for anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. Now, I get lots of questions whenever I do this recipe. Can I put it in here frozen? Of course you can, but remember when you put it in this water, if it's frozen, it's gonna take anywhere from 24 to 36 hours to thaw out while it's in the brine in your refrigerator. Okay, so I'll see you for the next step. We're gonna go ahead and put this in the refrigerator out in my garage. So the next phase of this process is we've got to get our turkey all oiled up, and we're gonna season the turkey. We're gonna use fresh thyme, and we're gonna use some Creole seasoning. You can make your own, but I like Tony's. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get some of this fresh thyme. All right, let's just give this a rough chop really quick. So we're using a 4-pound turkey breast right here. Literally, it is the breast. And what I did is I got a paper towel and I dried it really well. And we're just gonna put it in our baking dish. We're just gonna flip it upside down first. And we're just gonna get some extra virgin olive oil, just a little bit. We're gonna rub that oil in there very good. And it's okay to use olive oil because we're not using a really high temperature. And we're gonna get some Tony's Creole seasoning. It's one of my favorites. It's simple to use. Simple to use. Of course it is. It's simple. All right, and just season up your turkey. Be as generous as you would like. I do have a full recipe that can be found in my cookbook. Take some of that fresh thyme. Let's go ahead and flip the turkey over. Look at that beautiful turkey breast. Get a little bit of oil. Rub that in really good. Get your thyme. Well, I went backwards, but it's okay. Doesn't really matter what order as long as you get them on there. That fresh thyme, some of that Creole seasoning, and just make sure that even your sides are coated really good. Next step is we're gonna get some aluminum foil, and Reynolds, if you're listening, I know you probably wanna sponsor me in this video, or my next video. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just cover this with foil. We're gonna stick it in the oven. All good and snug, just like a bug. We're gonna put this in the oven at 325 degrees for 90 minutes, and once it reaches 140 degrees, we're gonna peel back the foil and we're gonna glaze it with some of that cranberry glaze. Let's get started with that cranberry glaze. You're gonna need cranberries, water, sugar, ginger, and orange juice. Now, one of the things that I left out, it says it right here in my cookbook. It says to use orange zest. I completely forgot the zest. But you know what? We'll make do by adding a little bit more orange juice to this and backing off on the water. But I encourage you to follow to this recipe. It'll be amazing. All right, let's get a flame going. We're gonna go medium heat. Pour your water in, sugar. That was orange juice, no sugar. And your sugar. Then we're gonna go with our ginger. Get that incorporated a little bit. You don't want the ginger to clump up on you, but I always highly recommend fresh ginger if you have fresh ginger. But sometimes the powder is it's just easy. Let's get our fresh bag of ocean spray cranberries, because I went to Wisconsin, and it is the capital of where cranberries are produced. They have a big cranberry marsh there. All right, so let's go in with our cranberries. We're gonna bring this to a boil, and then once it comes to a boil, we'll give it some really good stirs during that process, and then we're gonna reduce it to a low simmer for 15 minutes, and then we're gonna strain it. So it came up to a rolling boil, then we turned it down, and you can already see right here, some of the cranberries are starting to break down and bust. See that right there? It's popped open. So what we're gonna do is just let this go for another 5 minutes where the cranberries are completely all popped open. Then we're just gonna move it over here to the side. Then we're gonna strain it, and it will become this delicious, amazing glaze that will make your mouth water and salivate. So now let's strain the cranberries through our strainer. So let's pour our cranberries in, and you'll have to do this in steps unless you have a bigger strainer. Run it through the strainer. So you can see right here, we've got that first batch. It's all strained. And see, that's what you're looking for, is that thicker glaze. Now, unfortunately, I'm just going to chunk this. All right, so here we go. We got that cranberry glaze completely finished and strained. Look at the color on that thing. Just absolutely stunning. It's tart, it's sweet. Put that on a dirty shoe and it would still taste good. We're at 140 degrees with the turkey. So let's peel back. Woo! Would you look at how beautiful this is. Just take the cranberry glaze and just glaze it right on top, just like that. Look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. And just gonna brush that glaze around the top of the turkey. All right, back in the oven until we hit 165 degrees. Turkey's done. Let's pull it out of the container. Let's cut into it and see what this thing tastes like. So would you look at that? So here is that cranberry glaze. The turkey is out of the oven. We've made a few slices. So let's go ahead and top it with a little bit more of the cranberry glaze. We got fresh glaze on it. We got some cuts on it. So let's go ahead and try it, just like a big pile right here. Wow, it's tender, it's full of flavor. You taste that cranberry glaze right off the bat. You taste those Creole spices. It just adds so much depth of flavor. So the reason that I highly recommend this recipe is because it's very easy to cook. You don't have to worry about carving the legs, the thighs, the breast off from the bone, the back. You don't have to worry with all of those bones. This is literally just the breast, and it's perfect for a family of 2 to 4. I buy these at Aldi, Kroger. They even have them at Walmart. But that's the full recipe. I hope you enjoyed watching today. Be sure to like this video, make a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you've not yet subscribed. Thanks for watching, you guys.